simplify the expression. We're dividing complex numbers here, and in order to divide complex numbers, we multiply numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. Now the conjugate is where we simply change the sign on the imaginary part. So the imaginary part here is a positive 9, so we're going to flip that to a negative 9. So we're going to multiply by a negative 3 minus 9i. And we do that on the numerator, in the numerator and the denominator. Okay, and then we start to distribute. So let's take our numerator. 14 times negative 3 is negative 42. And then 14 times negative 9i is what? Negative 150, 140, 136 I. Sorry, 26 I. And then we can take our negative 7i and distribute that. Negative 7i times negative 3 is a positive 21i. And finally, negative 7i times a negative 9i is a positive 63i squared. Now for our denominator, we do the same thing. We distribute. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. And negative 3 times negative 9i is plus 27i. And then 9i times a negative 3 is a negative 27i. And 9i times negative 9i is a negative 81i squared. Now we simplify. Now the I squared terms, we know that becomes, the I squared is negative 1. So this becomes a negative 63. This becomes a positive 81. Okay. And then of course we can combine our I terms. Negative 126i plus 21i is negative 105i. And of course in the denominator we're expecting our i's to cancel. So now we simply combine. In the numerator, we've got negative 42 minus 63. That's negative 105. And then we also have minus 105i. All over, this is 9 plus 81, which is 90. And then we want to write this in our standard form, meaning we simply take that this number here and group it with the 90. So we've got negative 105 over 90. And then our next one, which is actually the same thing, right? We get minus 105 over 90i. And then we need to simplify. And we can certainly simplify here. So 105 and 90, 3 goes into both of those, and 5 goes into both of those, actually, which means 15 goes into both of these. 15 goes into 105 7 times, so this is negative 7 over, and 15 goes into 90 6 times. And of course, it's the same thing here, minus 7 over 6i.